Yo, what is up guys? It's Yeousch here, aka Sean, bringing you guys another Let's Be Honest video. In today's video, the topic is gonna be about OP weapons or overpowered weapons, overpowered guns, things in Call of Duty that are overpowered. Now, the word overpowered is kind of overused in Call of Duty. It sounds kind of dumb, but you always hear this word. If you die by a certain weapon, people will complain that it's an OP weapon or that weapon's too powerful and it's better than the rest. And in my opinion, let's be honest, I really don't consider many weapons to be overpowered. I know there's a few that are kind of overpowered, but they're not in the sense that no gun can beat it out. Overpowered weapons, or the guns that people call overpowered, can still be beaten. It's not like they're an unstoppable weapon, invincible gun that you just cannot destroy, kill. They're stoppable, and people use this term too frequently and use it too much. In Call of Duty, people try to find the best weapon they can, and in my opinion, there is a best weapon for your playstyle. Every player in Call of Duty always does better with a certain weapon over different weapons. I do best in Modern Warfare 3 using the ACR and the MP7. Now, these two guns are considered to be overpowered. I really don't think they're overpowered, but they do have advantages over other weapons in certain categories like recoil and accuracy. Now, there's other weapons that beat these guns out in damage and fire rate. Just because the ACR and MP7 have low recoil, it doesn't make them overpowered weapons. It just means they're easy to use. Anyone that picks this gun up can use it, and they don't take too much skill to use, or it doesn't take much of a learning curve. Guns like the MP5, or I'm trying to think of other weapons that have higher recoil, the AK-47, they take a little more skill and a little more getting used to, because when you use it and when you shoot them, they kind of kick up, the recoil is kind of bad, they're kind of tough to control, and it takes some time getting used to. So if a newer player found the ACR or MP7 on the ground, they're a lot more accurate, less recoil, and easier to use. But then again, sometimes the more accurate a weapon is, the worse a player can do with it. Sometimes players actually do better when guns have a little more recoil, because if they're not an accurate player, if they don't have that good of accuracy, this bouncy recoil, this inconsistency kind of helps them out. It doesn't sound like it really would, but it kind of does, because even myself, if I pick up the FAD and I try shooting this thing, it's like a death laser. If you're not on target, if you're not accurate, you're gonna miss your shots. So the more accurate the weapon is, the more accurate you have to be, so you can't miss. But again, with overpowered weapons, there is some that stand out and that are really considered to be overpowered. When new Call of Duties first come out, everyone tries to find the most overpowered weapon there is. For example, again, in MW3, I'm talking about MW3 because I can really distinguish the OP from not OP guns. But when it first came out, the FMG9s, the dual akimbo FMG9s, everyone knew that those were overpowered. Those things were just spray and pray machines. No matter where you sprayed or hit them, you were going to kill something or someone, because they just shot out so many bullets. The fire rate was so high, you were bound to kill something. So they were overused and pretty overpowered. People started complaining, and they finally nerfed them. They made them not as great. I believe they lowered the fire rate and maybe the accuracy, or hip fire accuracy. Infinity Ward and Treyarch really try to balance the game out. It's not like they're purposely making these guns to be overpowered. They're really doing their best to make each gun balanced. Now, every weapon can't be balanced in the way that they're all the same. Certain weapons have advantages over other weapons, like I mentioned before. Some weapons are more accurate, some weapons have higher fire rate, some have higher damage, some have less recoil, some you can move faster with, some you move slower with. It all depends what the weapon is and the playstyle you're trying to play. If you're a long-range player, use assault rifles and snipers, or LMGs, or a short-range player, use SMGs. Now, in Call of Duty Ghosts, they're bringing in the marksman rifle, so that's more of a long to extremely long-range weapon. So it really depends the gun you're using and the situation you're in. You don't want to use SMGs from long range because you'll get beat out by ACRs or other assault rifles. If you're up close, you'll get beat out by all SMGs or shotguns. It really depends what you're doing, and people really have to stop using the word overpowered. Just because you die by a weapon a lot, it doesn't mean it's overpowered. It can mean it's overused. Sometimes weapons are overused, and people consider them overpowered because that's all they're dying by. But that's what I think, guys. That's my opinion on overpowered weapons. You guys can comment below saying what you think about overpowered weapons. Are there really overpowered weapons in Call of Duty, or are some weapons better in other areas than others, which make people think they're overpowered or just overused? Sometimes the weapons used a lot and people think it's overpowered. But thanks for watching, guys. If you want to hear a different topic, say so below. If I see that topic most frequently, that's what I'll talk about next. If you guys could, please give this video a big thumbs up. I'm really trying to go for 30,000 subscribers, and my main goal for Call of Duty Ghosts is to get 100,000 subscribers. It's a big goal, but I truly believe that I'll be able to get it. But as I always say, guys, it's Yeousch here, aka Sean, your friendly COD fanboy. I'm signing out. Peace.